Please help me welcome Rana May.
Whoa, so bright. Hi, you guys. Thanks for letting me come. This is great. So my name is Rana May. Welcome to being here tonight. I know it's been kind of a rough week, especially for me. A couple of my Facebook friends got dumped this week. And then this girl I know from Twitter got a flat tire on her car. And she didn't have to be anywhere. I just think it's sad. So I didn't actually have that much time to write comedy this week. So I've been working on two books. The first one is it's more of a coffee table book of photography. It's called Bathrooms of the World, and it's basically just photographs of people from all over the world going to the bathroom. And then the second one is more of a novel. It's called The Tiniest Cop, and it's about a police officer who is 11 inches tall, and he gets a lot of shit from his cop buddies. But he can actually use his short stature to his advantage in doing detective work and surveillance. But so far he's really only used it to hide and watch people go to the bathroom. He's right there. So some of you who are here tonight know that I volunteer a lot for a dog rescue, but I kind of feel like I'm living a lie, because I think all the animals need to be rescued from nature. And I also consider myself an amateur scientist kind of person, so I've been researching this subject, and as it turns out, 95% of the violence in nature is animal violence. And the other 5% is just volcanoes or tornadoes or whatever. So, according to my statistics, if we took all the animals out of nature and taught them how to live in our society, we could reduce animal violence by 87%, which is pretty amazing, I think. It's something to look forward to someday. And the other 13% is ocean violence. But the ocean belongs to the dolphins, and they have to decide for themselves what kind of world they want to live in. So my idea is someday in a few years when I'm more stable to start my own nonprofit called Habitat for Animals, where we could use something as useless as the national park system to have volunteers build tiny houses and take the animals out and teach them how to live like that. And I like to practice what I preach. So earlier this year, I took in a family of raccoons into my home. And while the adult raccoons were busy learning stuff and trying to get on their feet, I even took the baby raccoons to the daycare, which honestly it didn't work out that well because, but just for the record, it's not my fault if some fucking hippie baby isn't vaccinated against rabies. So that actually led to a lot of arguments with me and other people and the government and stuff. And it made me really interested in the psychology of arguments. As it turns out, the average argument is 10,000 words long, which is a lot of words. But if you survey the participants of the arguments and later, they're only going to remember about 30 to 40 of those words, which isn't very many words at all. So think about all that time you wasted saying all these other words. You could have been doing so many useful things at that time. So I made a list of those things. You could have learned CPR. You could have knitted a hat for a homeless baby. You could have used that time to research your enemies. Or you could have written a nice thing on an old person's Facebook page. And for me, I find that shame is a really big motivator. So when I see a baby without a hat, I think to myself, that is in some way my own fault, because I spent a half hour at the gas station last week arguing with the attendant that he should not be selling tampons by the jar. So I'm trying not to meet boyfriends at the gas station anymore. So I've been internet dating. And the thing with internet dating is that when you first write them that first message, you want it to be brief but impactful. So I've been writing poems to people. And the first one I wrote ever was to a guy who called himself Girlfriend Hammer 22. And I'm sorry if he looks like anyone in the audience. That's an accident. So the poem that I wrote for him, I want to read you some of the poems that I wrote for some of the people. So the poem I wrote for him I call Girlfriend Hammer 22, and it just goes, "You seem nice, I like your shirt, but maybe if you didn't hammer all your girlfriends to death, you wouldn't have to internet date." And then it felt like I was really on a roll. So I wrote another one to a guy who calls himself Wino Boyfriend, but that's W-I-N-O. And that one goes, wait, I wrote it down, hold on. "Do you like boxes of wine? Please say yes, my mom does too. You should meet her. What are you doing on Christmas?" And then that guy didn't write me back, so I gathered up all my courage and I wrote another one to a guy who calls himself Lonely Dad 69. And that one, I'm gonna read it to you guys too. It goes, "One thing we have in common is that we both internet date. Also, I can tell a lot about a person by their social security number. Mine is XXXOOXOXO. I know, it's nice, right? And he didn't write me back either, which leads me to believe that he's probably not as lonely as he pretends to be, and he's also probably not 69 years old. So I don't want you guys to think that I'm really shallow and stuff. I also write poems about issues of today that are important to me. So I'm just gonna read a couple of those and be done. The first one I wrote is called Baby Ketchup. It's kind of a newer one. It's called Baby Ketchup. It goes, "Why does everyone on Facebook think that picture of your baby covered in ketchup is so adorable? For all they know, it's a psychic baby predicting a massacre. And then I work in the social services. So this poem is about that issue. It's called Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day. I feel like my coworkers would quit telling me Happy Mother's Day if they knew how many abortions I've had. I didn't have a drawing for that one. I have a drawing for my last one, and then I'll be done. It's about two issues that are really important to me. It's called Police Dog. It's called Police Dog, too. Police Dog. I love you because you're a dog. But I hate you because I have issues with authority. Police Dog. Thank you, you guys. It's been good to be here. Thank you.